Monarchs with an extra deck. This is the Quantum version, so this is based off of a deck that my friend Elliot sent me. I've changed it up a little bit, but it's basically the exact same. I guess I'll just go through it one by one. So we have 3 Aether, the standard, 3 Erebus, the standard. Ghost Ogre is primarily here as an E-Tele target. Just gives you some options, you know. No real problems with options, right? We all like options, and it's a half decent hand trap, I guess. 3 Kuras because it works really well with Aether in return. Very good synergy there. 1 blue layer. This is the only card in the deck you kind of like never want to see. It's really bad to draw, but like that's literally it. Like everything else is kind of decent. 3 red layer. You want to see this early. Even if it's in your hand, you just special summon it, and even if you have another one, you can just tribute summon it and trigger return for Aether. It just has so many plays because it's level 5. That's why we're playing against the fusions. You can go into all these different lovely rank 5 plays. You can overlay Prime with it because it's a monster, not a trap on the field. So yeah, the extra deck is here primarily to increase this deck ceiling, give you a lot of options with the rank 5s and stuff like that. 3 domain, probably cuttable to 2, but it's really relevant because of the attack bonus in the mirror match, and the level reduction is really important because you will only be focusing primarily on 1 tribute summon per turn. Sorry, the 1 tribute fodder. Well, you can only do 1 tribute summon per turn anyway in this deck. So it's important that you don't blow your resources too quickly with things like Prime. 3 E-Tele, really good here for the blue layer, gets this guy and then it shuffles itself back in so it's never dead, and then you have a Ghost Ogre as another target as well. Help you go into your synchros because we like options. 2 instant fusion, like I said, options are good, gives you Panzer Dragon, rank 5 plays, lots of different things to go in here. 3 Pantheism, 3 return, and Soul Charge. Yeah, I'm playing a Soul Charge. Honestly, like it's been okay. Honestly, I think it's kind of good because Monarch games tend to not be over very quick, so Soul Charge is really good, especially like turn 2 or 3 after you've like loaded your graveyard up with some of the quantums or whatever. Just being able to it's mostly experimental right now. Like with all my deck profile suggestions, this is just here to give you a small idea. Nothing here is gospel. But having different options, like bringing back like very late game as well, if you're playing against freaking, I don't know, like the mirror match takes ages and stuff, just bringing back like all these tribute summon monsters, maybe even overlaying into like giant grinder against pendulums to just like burn them for game. Like it has its uses. So try it out. Like I said, it's just here for mostly for experimental purposes. 3 Stormforce, 3 Upstart, and 2 Prime. I feel like Prime is a lot more necessary in this version, just because like you kind of want to draw it to recycle your resources very quickly because of the fact you're not using Idea to bring back your banish stuff. So using this at 3 could be a good shout. You might want to maybe cut the Soul Charge if you end up not liking it for the 3rd Prime, because like I said, hard drawing this is kind of like good, and if you're in for a long game like a mirror match or something, you need to see this as soon as possible. So good suggestion would be to put this to 3. Other suggestions would be to maybe include 1 other Mega Monarch. I have included the Mega Zaborg in the side with escalation because against pendulums it's a bit of a blowout if you can protect yourself. Yeah. So extra deck, the Panzer Dragon, the Crimson Blader. If you can resolve this in the mirror match, it's like absolutely phenomenal. So you just auto win if you resolve this in the mirror match. Of course, it's very hard to resolve in the mirror match because of things like Aether. But if you play around it correctly, get a good enough read, it comes up. Omega, yeah, Omega's Omega. Red Dragon Archfiend. This can help clear like massive boards. But it like I said, most of these synchros are very rare because of the Omega. Because of the E-Tele and the Ghost Ogre, but it can come up. Scrap Dragon, it's Scrap Dragon. Stardust Spark. I was considering adding some floodgates to the side deck, so that's a good option for you if you're interested. You could probably put in like Iron Walls or something for Cosmo, Restrict for the mirror. Just give yourself like, I mean, nobody's really going to be like playing back row hate for Monarchs if they're piloting Cosmo, for example. Like, do Cosmo really care about your domain? Probably not. They might be worried about you siding an Iron Wall, but generally spell and trap back row hate for against Monarchs is kind of bad unless your deck, you know, is worried about Dominion. Durandal, Pleiades. Pleiades is really good. It will come up a lot. Gaia, Giant Grinder. There's the only rank 8. I couldn't really think of what else that's rank 8 that's good to include. Feel free to like put in Felgrand if you want to find some space somehow. Maybe cut one of the synchros or something. I can maybe see Crimson Blade not being that great, but you know, against things like Cosmo and stuff, it's like really good in certain situations, and you know. Let's see. So you have the Giant Grinder, Volcasaurus, Gaia is like, you know, that's the big burn combo. Could easily game people with just these two. Shark Fortress again, like Shark Fortress on Erebus is like pretty much game. I think that does this thing can attack. It can make a second attack during this battle phase. Yeah, you can game people with Shark Fortress and like any big Monarch, so that's why that's in there. This thing's new. This thing is really good. Let me just read it for you guys. It can't attack unless it has Xyz material. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and target one monster in the field and destroy it. So it pops monsters. However, the additional effect is that if it has red layer as a material, what it does is that it can pop a monster during either player's turn. So you can, you know, overlay it with Panzer Dragon, pop a monster on your own turn, and then during your opponent's turn, pop another monster. And then after that, you can also, once per turn, attach one Super Quantum monster from your hand or field to this card as an Xyz material. And you know, if you're recycling these correctly, then it's you're pretty much going to get a constant flow of popping stuff. Zen Mayo, I feel like most of the back row of this format is chainable, so this might not be that good. Like, you're not really gonna make Zen Mayo because, like, you know, they'll have things like strike and stuff. It's kind of hit or miss, but yeah. I mean, consider it, see if you like it. Like I said, try it out. It's been really fun, honestly. It's got its surprise factor, so it's pretty cool because your opponent doesn't expect you to, like, you know, they play around the standard stuff, and sometimes people will actually forget that domain is dead when you have an extra deck. You know, sometimes people actually forget that they can't that they can overlay and stuff when you have Dominion up. But yeah, this build is primarily experimental. Not sure if I'd consider it the best variant just yet. I would probably have to tweak it some more, test it some more. But you know, like I said, try it out yourself, have some fun with it, and give me your feedback and tell me your thoughts and stuff. So that's been Super Quantum Monarchs with an extra deck. Thanks as always for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
So foolish.